Oh my God.
Okay, good morning everyone. We are from Group 10 and today we will discuss and explain about prosodic and suprasegmental phonology. First of all, I'm as moderator, I'm Gavin Deva and my friends Caca Siti Salma, Beli Saudina and Hani Yohana will be the speaker of the material. Okay, the first material is the definition of prosodic and suprasegmental phonology. It will be explained by Beli Saudina.
Okay, now I'm going to explain the definition of prosodic and suprasegmental. Prosodic mean is the branch of linguistics that studies spoken language skill that focuses on aspects such as intonation, rhythm, stress, and speed. And suprasegmental means is language elements or features that operate above the level of individual segments or voice in language. This includes intonation, stress, rhythm, and speed in constructing the structure and meaning of sentences or the whole utterance.
Okay, Kalisa, thank
And
you for the information.
uh, for the next stress, uh, the stress is the strength or emphasis used on sound, syllable, or word. Closing stress closing for the combined effect of tone, loudness, and length. The results are considered standout. Emphasis example in English, we have word higher, longer, and louder notes than unstressed note. And in Greek, we have change in pitch and loudness and no syllable length. Marking emphasis on phonetic transcription, use a sharp accent that plays above the core vowel to indicate the most prominent stress and a grave accent to mark the second most prominent stress. And stress places a number above the stressed vowel, usually one for the primary voltage and two for the secondary voltage. The example of stress in primary, the example is picture and happy. And in the secondary, we have decide and explain. Explain. And stress in the longer word, it means stress in more than two syllable or more. In the beginning, we have beautiful word, and in the middle we have computer, and in the end we have afternoon. That's all from me.
Okay, thank you for the information, Kalisa. The next element will be explained by Caca Siti Salma.
Okay, thank you, Kevin, for giving me opportunity to share about pitch, tone, and intonation. Pitch is the relative highness or lowness of a tone perceived by the ear, which depend on the number of vibration per second produced by vocal cord. Conveys different expressive meanings for example, surprise, anger, or joy, and can also serve a grammatical function. And every individual has a pitch range which can be achieved by adjustment of the vocal cord. By lightening the vocal cord, a person can raise the pitch of the voice by loosening them. Um, the one can lower can divide it into sorry refers to tone of voice, stress, and rhythm to produce meaning. Okay, for example, got in calculus, starting with a medium intonation and ending with a lower intonation means simple speech. Sam got an in calculus with rising intonation means a question. Okay. The tone of voice that mm, sorry sorry but before that I will mention that the pitch range can be divided into three parts. Sorry. Sorry. I just okay. I just mentioned that the pitch range can be divided into three parts. The first is low. A low pitch range is used because the speaker want to assert that the term in successive tone units are some sort of equivalent. For example, I thought you already dummy. And the second pitch range is mid, and the last is high. The high pitch range indicates an informational contrast because high pitch range implies a contrast, even when one is not explicitly present in the discourse. You can be used to single out individual words for special attention. For example, I'm going to Harvard, not Yale. And then the other another example is I'd never do that. Okay, the part of it is tone. The tone is the use of pitch language to distinguish lexical or grammatical meaning. There are two kinds of tones. Number one is register tone. A tone which its pitch level doesn't change across the syllable. Level tones that say signal meaning. Differences are called register tone. Two or three register tone are the norm in most of the world register tone language. Three, four have been reported for marketed, a language spoken in Mexico. And the second is counter tone. In some language, tone can change pitch with a single syllable. Moving pitches that signal meaning difference are called counter tones. A tone with pitch can change across the syllable, whether from high to low or vice versa. Um, Maybe that's the end. For me, I will return to moderator.
All right, thank you for the information. And the next material will be explained by Haniwana.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. Here I explain intonation. Intonation in phonetic, the melodic pattern of an attraction. Intonation is primary a matter of variation in the pitch of the voice. In such language as English, It is often accompanied by stress and rhyme to produce meaning. Intonation difference do not change word meanings, but might signal discourse level information. For example, some got an in calculus, beginning with a medium pitch and ending with a lower one. Falling intonation is a simple assertion. And next example, Sam got an in calculus with a rising intonation. High final pitch indicates a question. And next, type of intonation. Okay, the first, falling intonation. The pitch of the voice falls at the end of the sentence. Falling intonation is the most common intonation pattern in English. For example, it is commonly found in statement, comments, and WA question, information question. Statement example, nice to meet you, and she does live here anymore. And WA question requesting information, for example, question beginnings with who, what, why, where, when, which, and how. And example, what country do you come from? And where do you work? And which of them do you prefer? And when does the shop open? And how many books have you bought? And which coat is yours? And who bakes it? And the next, rising intonation. The pitch of the voice rises at the end of the sentence. For example, yes or no question, questioning that can be answered by yes or no. For example, do you like your new teacher? And have you finished already? And the next question tags that show uncertainty and require an answer real question. For example, you're a new student, aren't you? And the view is beautiful, isn't it? And next, rise fall intonation. The intonation rises and the falls. We use rise fall intonation for choice, list, unfinished talk, and conditional sentence. For example, the sweater comes in blue, white, pink, and black. And next, are you having soup or salad? And if he calls, ask him to leave a message. And the next, false rise intonation. The voice falls and rise usually within of one word. For example, his citation or resultants. You didn't see him on Monday? I don't quite remember. And politeness, doubt, uncertainty. You are not sure what the answer be. Should we copy the list. And the next, length. Length or quantity is feature of sounds that have distinctively extend duration compared with the other sounds. Length is related with the vowels because every word that use vowels also need length to express the meaning of words. And the length of sounds, the syllable and words and variable are used in the linguistic purpose. For example, vowels length. Seat versus sit. And syllable length. Yes versus yes. Okay, that's all for me, and back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you for the presenter or the speaker who have told us about the information of the definition and the element of prosodic and suprasegmental phonology. Next, to sum up, prosodic and suprasegmental phonology are two aspects which are important in linguistics. Prosodic describes pressure, intonation, and rhythm and vocal sound in greeting, while suprasegmental includes melodies, intonation, and impact of word. Both play a role in giving a nuance, differentiate meaning, and express emotion in oral in communication. I think that's it. That is from our group. It was the last session in this discussion. Thank you for your attention and waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.